Welcome to Ignite Teacher's Toolbox, Engaging Children Today for Better Minds Tomorrow by Dr. Reyna. I want to thank you for attending this Zoom presentation, Ignite presentation. So why you lost your passion? That's why you are here. You are here because this presentation came to you and prompted you to think about your passion as a teacher, your passion as an educator. And so that's why we are here. Why do you think you lost your passion? If you can please type in the chat box or send me a little message and tell me, why do you think you lost your passion? And why is it important to ignite that teachers are passionate about teaching? It is important for Ignite because every child deserves to have the best possible teacher, and you are that teacher. If you remember, if you think about the teachers that you remember the most are those that were more passionate, are those teachers that when they taught, you hang on to every single one of their words. You were right there, you were listening, and you loved that subject. Even if it was not the one that you liked to begin with, you liked the subject because that teacher made it fun, because that teacher made it exciting. You were looking forward to see that teacher. And that teacher has nothing specific. It was not the best looking. It was not the best dressed. It was not necessarily the youngest, the oldest. It was just that passionate teacher that you can see that that teacher really cared for you. And so I'm going to ask you to please close your eyes and take a moment. I know that this has been a week to remember, a week that has had a lot of challenges in your life, possibly. And I want you to close your eyes and think of the time when you decided to be a teacher. That time when you said, I am going to be an educator. When was that time? What prompted you to do that? So I am going to invite you to first close your eyes and think of that time. We remember things that are significant to us. Do you remember that day? Do you remember the day that you decided that you wanted to be a teacher? We remember the day that our children were born. We remember the day that we graduated. We remember the day that something significant happened in our lives, either in history or in our lives. Do you remember the day that you decided with conviction, this is what I want to be? I want to be a teacher. I'm going to ask you to continue to think about that. Where were you? What were you doing? Who was there with you? When you decided to be a teacher, do you remember the smells? Do you remember the weather? What do you remember about that day that was so significant that made you decide to be a teacher? What were the people saying? What were the people around you were saying when you said, I am going to be an educator. I am going to be a teacher. I am going to teach and I am going to share my passion. I am going to make the difference in the world. I'm going to make the difference in one world at a time. And that's our students. Thank you so much for taking the time. It's very important that you sit down and reflect on why you made the decision to become a teacher. If you don't mind, I would like for you to type in the chat box and share with me why you made the decision to be a teacher. I am interested in hearing from you so that I can understand you better and see and feel your passion. Share with me if you might. If you are listening to this in Facebook, YouTube, or the podcast, feel free to share in the comments and share your experience with me. Where were you? Because every experience is unique. Every experience, it's a unique experience, only applicable to you. And when you share your passion, you ignite the passion in others. And that's what this program does. This program helps you ignite the passion that is within you. And it's not necessarily from me. It could be that it's from your story. Your story might ignite the passion in this other person. And so for that, share with us. Share why you decided to be a teacher. And I thank you for that. I can see all the different comments over here. Thank you so much for sharing, for feeling confident enough to share with us. Now I'm going to ask you to put your hands over your heart and to say, I am the best teacher this school has. Can you feel your heart bumping? Yes, that is your passion. I'm going to tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a brand new teacher. This new teacher had a heart filled with emotions, just like how you were feeling right now. That teacher, it was her very first day at school. She had set up the table. It was waiting for the students to come in. I am going to ask you to feel how this teacher felt the very first day that you were a teacher. How did you feel your first day as a teacher? How did you feel the first time a student connected with you? The very first time that you saw the student and you saw the spark in his eye. A student call you teacher, Mrs. or Mr. That doesn't have as much as when they call you teacher, 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 right? So how did that make you feel when you're brand new? And why are we thinking about this? And if you don't mind, share with me. Share with me in the comments. Share with me later on if you want. Share with me now. Send me an email. Send me a personal voice message. Send me a chat. Whatever. I love to hear how was your first time. Just like we share so many first times. You know, it's like first time in a roller coaster. First time doing this. The very first time that you saw the spark in the student, it only accelerated your passion. It confirmed that you were in the right career, because we did not choose this career because of money or fame. We chose this career because we were passionate about making a difference and making an impact in someone's life. Share with me. Now, I want you to point at the screen if you're sitting at the screen, or to point at another teacher if you are with another teacher, and say, you are the best teacher this school has. And I am saying it to you. You are the best teacher this school has. So now you had said it, I confirm it, and so it is. Why is it important to ignite teachers' passion? As we explain, and as you are probably feeling right now, when you are passionate about teaching, when you are passionate about what you do, even if you're an administrator, you have to be passionate about what you're doing. If you are working as an administrator for an educational organization, you have a passion, because there are many other jobs that you can do where you can get paid the same amount of money, when you can do the same things that you do, but you choose to work at a school district, you chose to work at a school, you choose to work as an educator. So why is it important? It is because when you are passionate about what you do, you perform better and others perceive that passion. So in this workshop today, we are going to learn how to enhance your message and improve understanding with the proper use of visual aids. Ignite is not a fix-all program. It's not a fix-all plan. We are not saying that we have the solution or that we are going to ignite your passion. We want to be a part of the solution. We want to be a part of your change. We want to be a part of your passion. And that's why we are here. We are sharing stories, ideas, and techniques that other teachers are using. And Ignite is constantly growing because all of you are constantly giving us new ideas and new techniques that are working and are being effective in your classroom, virtual classroom. So Ignite's plan is to make every virtual classroom interactive, compelling, and productive. We all know what student engagement is. You more than anyone knows. You have received multiple professional development hours in student engagement. But just to refresh our memories, in education, the student engagement refers to the degree of attention, curiosity, interest, optimism, and passion that students shows when they are learning or being taught by you, our excellent teacher. There are 5 levels of engagement. Authentic, it's the highest level, and strictly motivated, the ritual compliance, the passive compliance, which we don't want, and the rebellion. Disengaged, not compliant, defiant, and thus disturb others. In this case, students are in the rebellion stage, virtually. They are not disturbing others because they are on the other side of the screen, but they are blocking their camera. So literally, you only see the name. And that's not what we want. We want to see engaged classrooms where they are participating, where they are showing you, where they're showing you their hearts, they're showing you their emojis, they're participating. At least you are seeing them. And so how do we move students to authentic engagement? How do we increase student engagement? That is the million-dollar question. Every teacher in the United States and in the world, for that matter, is asking the same questions. How do we increase the student engagement? How do I make my student to turn on their camera, right? So that's what we're facing here. So here in the Zoom, whoever can see the Zoom presentation, if not, you can come back and see the replay. I will post this presentation later. We have a student. The student has a computer, it has a desk, it has paperwork, it has all the information that the teacher sent, and is ready to learn. However, this student is not engaged. We can see the student is sitting up like this. And what is that sign? That's a universal sign of I'm bored, right? I don't get it, I'm confused. And so for that, and that's our ideal student. That's our ideal student. This student has parents that have provided a desk, and it's an ideal situation for a student to learn. The teacher on the other side, right there, you can see it has all the students, but you don't see the teacher excited to be there, do you? No, because none of her students are engaging. A lot of her students are like this, they're biting their hands. Some of them are like completely out. And so the teacher is frustrated. This is what we want to see. We want to see our students participating. We want to see them happy. We want to see them smiling. We want to see those students participating. But how does a teacher prepare his or her classroom for learning on this virtual time? I am here to tell you that communication as we know it have evolved to a communication 2.2. And Ignite has prepared 3 different techniques to help you engage children across the screen by breathing, moving, and by the use of visual aids. This is not a fix-all, but it will give you 3 techniques that you can use and implement in your classroom. And this is an interactive workshop, so you're going to be doing all these exercises with me as well. And if they work for you, and if you feel that they are helpful to you in this workshop, then you'll be able to put them on and implement them in your classroom. And then you can share with me if they worked, if they didn't work, if you modify it, how did you change it? Because all of us need to learn from that. Okay. So our first technique is by the use of breathing exercises. So breathing exercises with focused music. So what you're going to do and what we are recommending is that at the beginning of the class, you are going to put out some music, and please let me know if you hear the music. You are going to ask your kids to do this movement like this. Okay, in, out. And you're going to breathe in through your nose, all air in when you're going in. So you're going to go in, out through your mouth when you go out. Again, in, out, purpose is that they get as much oxygen and continue to do the breathing exercises as I speak to you and as I direct you. Breathe in, out, in, out. As your student is doing this exercise, you are going to ask them to think of something that makes them happy, something that brings a smile to their face. They can think about their dog, their siblings, their friends, the new toy, their new trip that they're going, or the trip that they went to. They can think about hiking, whatever makes them happy. I am extremely thankful and happy that you are here with me sharing this time. And as they are thinking about that thing that makes them happy, you are going to explain to them the outcome for the day. You as a teacher already have the objectives of that day. What are you trying to accomplish? What are you trying to teach him this particular day? So the outcome for today, for our class, for our time together here, is that you will learn 3 different techniques. 1, breathing exercises. 2, interactive music. And 3, the use of visual aids. And we will have an amazing time. Again, breathe in, out. Okay, thank you. Come back to me, please. And so then with that, you will set up the time to start your class. You start your class and you say, okay, class, we're going to do our breathing exercises. And we call that breathing priming or finger breathing. And you can call it whatever you want. And you can put whatever music you want, and you can use it however fits for your age group. One teacher implemented yoga movement within the breathing exercises. So they do the 1, 1, 1, and they do the other way. So however works with you. The point is to include movement with breathing. And so why breathing, you say? There are multiple studies that highlight the benefits of deep breathing. But we're going to focus on one study by MIT that says that breathing boosts oxygen levels in the brain. The higher the oxygen level in the brain, the better that they can focus and stay alert. And what do we want from our students? We want our students to focus and stay alert. Another study from Early Childhood IE highlights enormous amounts of benefits when you mix movement with deep breathing. But the most important one is that movement supports literacy. Literally, the movement with the breathing opens up their brain so they can learn. And that's what we are trying to do. So we have already highlighted that children need movement to develop balance. One of our teachers in this movement exercise shared hand signals for meaningful discussions. She was having difficulty communicating with the children across the screen. And this teacher was an older teacher, not familiar with technology. So she wanted to see all her students in tile form in her platform that she was using. In that case was Zoom. So she put in her 30 students in the screen, and then she put this universal signals in the back as her screen dropped, as her Zoom screen. And then the students utilized those signals to communicate with her. So they said, like, show me. They said, well, I'm going out, or yes, or no, or stop, whatever the communication is that she was trying to do. This is hers, but you can put in whatever communication you want to communicate with them so that they communicate with you and you have them all in front of you, seeing them at all times. So children need movement to develop balance. And so here we have several music ideas. Interactive music, it's usually used to condition a mood. I don't know if you work with older children, high school or middle school, you see that they always have their headphones in their ear. They always have the headphone and they are always listening to music. So why not use that music to bring them into the classroom? Okay, So here is one of the ideas that Ignite wants to share with you. Ideas for movement in the classroom. Have a movement song every hour or every 45 minutes or to interrupt your pattern. You can set up alarms throughout your day. And when the alarm sounds, the music starts, and then you start to share whatever movement you want them to do. The idea here is that when you set up the alarm, this is the jumping jacks alarm. This is the wiggle your body alarm. This is the run in place alarm. This is the clapping alarm. This is the crazy dancing alarm. So when you bring out this music, what do kids love more than anything is they love to show up. They love to show off their moves. They love to show off that they're doing, that they're participating. So when you are bringing music and you are bringing music that they like, you have a high percentage of chances that they will uncover their camera and they will want to participate. And once you have them, then you can see them and then they can stay and participate with you. And they'll have multiple times throughout the day because you will have several alarms that will be sounding at different times for them to participate in their move with different songs and songs that they like. Nobody knows their students better than you do. You can even ask them, what is your favorite song? What songs do you guys like? What's the song that's going on right now? If you ask me, I don't know because I don't have any young children. But if I ask my students, they will tell me which is the song of the time. And what am I going to do? I'm going to put it on and they will want to dance to it. Samples of the music. And so here we have a screenshot of all of our students participating. They're all participating. We see they're all saying hi, they're saying little hearts, and they're saying their hearts. You see their dad is sitting right there. Some of the other siblings are joining in the party here. And you are also helping the other teacher that might not know that it can use music to interact with the students. And so then the other teacher might say, this is awesome. I want to do that too. And you can share. You can either share the program, you can share the recording, or you can just share the technique, but it's going to work out. Movement is not something new. It's not something that Ignite invented. It's not something that Ignite is trying to say, it's never been done. You've always known the movement is important. You require stand-up desk so that our students are standing and participating. You've always required that students raise their hand, and you've always required that students show their work. You require them that they get up and bring their work to the front, not because you don't want to go collect it, but because you want them to move. You've always required for them to do that. And why do you require that? Because that's your opportunity to give feedback. And so when you are putting on the music and they're dancing, that's your opportunity to say to the students, they want to know how are they doing. And that's your opportunity to say, hey, well done, great job. And they love the feedback that they get from the teacher. This is perfect for you because then you can provide frequent and effective feedback. And the more feedback that you provide, the more that they will want to participate. So our third technique is the use of visual aids. As we said, communication has evolved. And now, not only we have to ask the question, we have to show the written question on the screen, and we have to ask the question again. Why? Because we are not face to face. We are not seeing eye to eye. We have to make sure that we say the question, show the question, and ask the question again. And so for that, many teachers have shared their ideas. How are they using visual aids? Each teacher is responsible to make emojis and send to students. Some students have lost them. Some students, their parents couldn't come and get them. Some students don't have printers at home. So it was very difficult for everybody to be using the universal thumb up, the universal thumb down. To use the emojis on Zoom was a little bit complicated. So one of the ideas that one of the teachers shared with Ignite that we are sharing here with you is to have a universal color. Green is for go, red is for stop, green is for yes, red is for no, green is for true, red is for false. So what we learn is that you ask your students, go find something green or something red. And we're going to use that to answer the questions. So I'm going to ask you to do that. I'm going to give you a few seconds. Go find something red, go find something green, and come back. And I am going to be here. I did not prepare for this, so I am going to be here with you. Okay, and I have red here. So see, it takes a little bit, but we are able to go and find something super quick. And that would be their opportunity to share what they have. So I found a green marker and I found a red pen. Okay, so when you are asking your students a question, hey, is this true? They say green. Is this false? They put out the red. And it's their opportunity to share what they found. And that creativity will prompt them to be in front of the screen, okay, so that they can share their yes, their no's. And it's super easy. Go find anything. Put it in the chat box what you found. And at the end, I'm going to take a picture of all your greens and red stuff that you find, just so that we can see the enormous amounts of things that we can find that are red and green, right? Universal colors. Another idea for our older children or upper grades, they go to school to socialize. They go to school to find cliques, to find their peers, to find people that they relate to. So one of the ideas that we thought, as it was more difficult for them to share their screen, sometimes because they have siblings, sometimes because they don't have optimal conditions, sometimes because they have developed a persona at school and they don't want to show their house, okay? And to ease that disparity, one of the teachers suggested that we do Zoom backgrounds or screen backgrounds and form groups. When we form groups of students, then we see, for example, in here, we see that Ariana, Kelly, and Carlos belong to the same blue teal group. And so then now the student doesn't have to show its room, its house. It can just show the teal color. It's more likely to share its space at the class because now it belongs to a group. And now it's equal to Carlos and it's equal to Kelly. So now Ariane doesn't have to hide their face because now they have a group that they belong to and they want to let the other people know that they are also part of the teal group. And so then every time they go to a group, they have this teal color and they feel part of a group. When we go back to the classroom, Ariane, Carlos, and Kelly that have had interactions in the virtual classroom are now able to connect at a physical level. These are connections that are going to come out of this virtual experience that any other time, probably Ariane and Carlos would have never talked to each other because they were different or for whatever reason. But because of the virtual opportunity, we are able to form connections that can last a lifetime. And then now when they go back to the classroom or when they meet in person, they have something in common. This is just an idea of how the colors are organized in here. And so that's very important. And so then that way we are promoting the social development of our students and they don't feel alone at home and they are going to be showing their faces. Okay, so this was one of the examples of how you can make your visual aids and send it to your students. If all of your students are able to come and get them for you, you can send them the paper and they can make their own, or they can print them and you can send them so that they it's very easy. You just put it like a little popsicle stick in the back. You can make them, but if you don't want to go through that hassle and have some people not have them and then they feel embarrassed and they don't want to show up their face, Just ask them to go find something. That's as simple as that. This is just the beginning. How many more strategies can be developed beyond what is presented in this presentation? The purpose of this presentation is to ignite your imagination, and so that you can share with us, so that we can share with the world. Please share your success for others to see in my blog. We have created a Facebook group where we can come and collaborate and innovate. This is a world-class base group that is frankly priceless, and it's all available for you and free. In this group, you can find other teachers with their stories. They come in and we share. This month is Gratitude Month. So we are sharing what we are grateful for in this situation, in this world crisis that we are facing. Because not everything is bad. There's a lot of good. And then that good is what I want to share with the world. So here you will be able to connect with the teaching community who have joined this community to make this world a better place. The reason why you decided to be a teacher. You will receive and give feedback, support, and guidance to help you accelerate your growth as an educator, and you will be able to help other teachers. If you have something that is working out, then share with others. So share your voice. Use my blog to share your voice and opinions. The podcast is also going on. If someone, we're sending all this information all over so that we can help one teacher at a time ignite their passion to help 30 or how many children you have. So by every teacher that gets their passion ignited, multiple of our children benefit. So what's next? Ignite is constantly looking for new ideas and is listening to what you are asking. What do you need, right? We're not saying what do you need, but what do you want? What do you want to be different? And one of the things that we learn in what's next with Ignite is the technology literacy among our higher grades. It's alarming. So Ignite is coming up with a course to help our students learn basic technology literacy. And we have a group of teachers that are participating in that. If you want to participate in creating the course, it's going to be a free course for kids, and it's going to be super easy and super fun so that they can learn. We found out through a study that we did that some of our students don't even know what upload is. They don't know what email and what attachment is. And the little box that says, I'm not a robot. So we might think that they know how to use the technology, but there's a huge technology gap that we're trying to close. And this is it. If you have any questions, please go to drreyna.com or email me info@drrgnme.com or call me directly, text me. If you want to be a part of the interview process, I have a show that it's called Live with Dr. Reyna, and I interview educators so that you can share your personal experience. The questions are very simple. I simply ask you, what level is your passion? How supported do you feel? What can we do better? What is good going on in your classroom? What are the challenges and how are you overcoming them? And I also share with you to make a technique that I use that it's called the birthday wish. We get to make a wish and send it out into the universe, and that wish will come back to you. So I share that with you. From all of our children, thank you. Here's the contact information. Again, it's a little bit about me. There's a survey. If you want to participate, please participate in the survey. Send your response to me, all of this information. I have a tool for you to get free books. Make sure you check it out. And some of my other books. Ignite Teacher's Toolbox is presented every Saturday at 9 a.m. And the beginning of the year is going to be presented live at your school district. If your administrators are interested, please feel free to send them my information and I will be there. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.